Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, June 12th, 2023. The fire potential impacts for the next few days include continued showers and thunderstorms today and into tomorrow, with some drying moving in, especially over the north and west by Wednesday. The past 24 hours of precipitation and lightning is shown here. Another active day across much of the Great Basin for those showers and thunderstorms. Just some drier areas down really just far southeast and southern Utah and the Arizona Strip were the only places that didn't see some thunderstorms yesterday. Great Basin fire activity is very low with just some ongoing prescribed fire activity in a few areas. Precipitation for the past 14 days is shown here with the inches on the left and the percent of normal on the right. It's been a pretty wet June so far, especially over Idaho and northern and western Nevada, where those totals are quite a bit above normal for the time of year. In some areas, 400 to 600% of normal, although June is typically a drier month, especially for Nevada and Utah. We'll see those thunderstorms continue for a few more days before we get a little bit more drying returning. Here we have the severe fire danger index. That is a fire danger indicator for us. We have very low values across much of the Great Basin with just some moderate values there in far eastern Utah. Live fuel moisture trends are shown here for a site in northwest Nevada on the top and in west central Utah here on the bottom. Sagebrush live fuel moistures are pretty much above average over the entire Great Basin. There are a few areas further south where the values are maybe near average for the time of year, but still very, very green out there. And then our ERC trends, again for northwest Nevada, much below normal for the time of year with that wet, stormy pattern that's been in place there for the last couple of weeks. And then even in the Arizona Strip here, the values are below normal for the time of year with below normal temperatures and some higher relative humidities compared to what we would normally see this time of year. So let's take a look at the weather forecast. Here we have this morning's satellite imagery. We do still have a low pressure system over the entire western U.S., but centered over the southern Great Basin. This will create another active weather pattern for today with widespread showers and thunderstorms across the Great Basin. So again, for this afternoon, low significant fire potential for much of the area with that low in place, high relative humidity, and the chance for thunderstorms again this afternoon. The precipitation amounts expected for today are shown here on the left. Some pretty good totals there in Idaho and Wyoming, northern Utah, and western Nevada. That's where we've seen those storms and where we'll continue to see those higher amounts. But there are a few pockets even further south that could give us some higher totals. So pretty much anywhere in the Great Basin is going to have a chance with those thunderstorms. Maybe some drier areas there over far eastern Utah. Relative humidities are pretty high as well, except again, they're over far eastern Utah. On Tuesday, more of the same is expected. That low will start to make its way kind of north and east through the area. We'll see another day of scattered showers and thunderstorms, although maybe not quite the same coverage as today. Significant fire potential is still low. So again, precipitation expected pretty much everywhere across the northern 2/3 of the Great Basin, drying out again over the far south as that low lifts north. Max temperatures are going to be in the 70s, upper 70s for most of the area. Some higher temperatures there near Boise and in far western Nevada. On Wednesday, we'll see another low here over the Canadian border. That's actually going to increase some winds along the Snake River Plain and northern Nevada and actually bring in some dry air pretty quickly. So we are keeping an eye on this day. Not highlighting it for any significant fire potential or anything like that. Fuels are so green, but we will see a rapid drying in the atmosphere with some gusty winds that could result in some slightly higher fire potential in any carryover fuels. Again, so a closer look at those winds for Wednesday afternoon. Gusts maybe 30-35 miles an hour or so along the Snake River Plain. Relative humidities drop down into the teens there in western Idaho and northwest Nevada. but remain elevated elsewhere across Utah and much of central Nevada. 3-day precip totals shown here, showing in that continued showery activity that we're expecting today into tomorrow for most of the Great Basin. On Thursday, that drier air continues to spread further east and south into the Great Basin for a break in thunderstorm activity across much of the northern 2/3 of the area. And on Friday, we start to see the impacts of another low moving into the Pacific Northwest. But on Friday, we would expect to see still some drier type atmospheric conditions in Nevada and parts of Idaho and northwest Utah, but some thunderstorms still around, especially over portions of central and eastern Utah. And into Saturday, we'll see this low continuing to drop further south along the coast here, and that will bring some moisture into the northern Great Basin. So we'll see thunderstorms returning, showers and thunderstorms returning to Idaho and northern Nevada for the weekend. That Saturday into Sunday, as that low moves into Washington, we'll continue to see showers developing along that leading edge in Idaho and northeast Nevada, northwest Utah. 7-day precip totals are even greater than the 3-day as we see that next round of showers coming in with that low towards the weekend. So really not looking for an extended dry pattern at all in the next 7 days. We will have a few more dry days than we have seen, especially in the north, but overall still seeing some showers in the forecast. The extended forecast taking us through June 19th through the 25th is calling for continued below normal temperatures over the Great Basin and above normal chances for precip, especially there over northern Nevada and southern Idaho. This concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.